Hey guys, I'm Gaz the Gamer, and welcome back to The Raven. Although it's not Eye of the Sphinx anymore, we're on to Chapter 2, which, new game result, yeah, sure, why not? Oh, it's, is that a heat thing? I don't know. But if you remember, in the last part of the last chapter, we had discovered that something to do with the doctor was a bit weird. He had fake blood, all that bad stuff. He then jumped us as we left his little room, hence why we're tied up in the left-hand corner there. I forgot what this chapter's called. I did write it down. Ancestry of Lies it's called. So, yeah, there we go. Hopefully we won't have any jaw manipulations. He's tripping balls, ace. That must be why the colours are so trippy.
Why are you doing this to me?
This to me?
You and the Baroness.
What did she do?
Dr. Gebhardt, I don't know.
Ooh, aggression.
Don't you understand what you are forcing me to do? You don't have to.
Oh, pimp.
It is almost over. You won't feel free. I am sorry you have to see all this. I should have used more chloroform.
Shit. Oh. I can't unfasten straps, I imagine. I can't even move. That's it, let's just talk to him and see if we can talk him down, maybe. Let's talk about the murder of the Baroness, because that's what I actually care about.
Why did the Baroness have to sweep her on? Why did you have to sweep her on? And that club there. You want to plant evidence on me, yeah?
Wait, what?
There's no evidence. There is no trail. And yet you can't just leave me in peace, can you? Keep talking. Chloroform? I had it in my bag, just in case.
Ah, just in case, yeah, casually, part of his rape kit. Great.
I am not a monster, no?
I just like to play with sleeping people.
I have nothing against you. Nothing at all. But what can I do? You forced my hand. It's your fault. Yours alone.
Yours alone? What? It's my fault I'm alone? Was that what I was trying to say?
On and on. And what next? Heart failure happens a lot at your age, especially given your background. I am still considering whether I should throw you overboard. Don't be nervous. No evidence. But what if I'm seen? My plan was perfect. But then you ruined everything. On and on.
Oh, okay. So I guess we're talking options. I was kind of hoping... Escape, yeah. Escape! Oh, damn it. Okay. Only two things we can play with are the straps and the footrest. So I'm going to go for footrest. Okay, can we now reach the bull? Ah, okay. I didn't realize that was... Wow. Okay, grab it in one hand. Can you manipulate it, do you think? Stab him in the back. Can you do anything with that? Okay, let's have a look at the chloroform. Okay. Can I take the chloroform? You just reached to get the scissors. Oh, wait a second. Hi. Bye. Oh, grab a syringe.
Take it easy, Mr. Selma. You will only hurt yourself.
Not if I hurt you first.
Shall we begin?
No, no, we shall.
No, please.
Find the syringe, you daft fucker.
It's almost
Grab the syringe. Do it. Do it, Zellner. Do it. Do it. Yeah. Wow, that was... Oh, it's in his face. It's floating in his face. Hopefully he's got chloroform. Oh! The guy that we just called Arab, even though he told us his name, saved us. Which he shouldn't have, because we were kind of a racist fuck to him earlier. Okay, well, that's cool. A bit weird, but then again, we were tripping balls. Oh, okay.
Thanks.
I went down was miracles.
Hey, Zalna, you may be knocked unconscious with chloroform, but here's a nice pack.
Inspector, at least let the constable recover his breath.
He almost killed himself.
Me? No. Dr. Gebhardt would have taken care of that for me. Where is he?
Gebhardt? He's vanished without a trace. We're searching the ship from top to bottom.
His
One
eyebrows are so
at a
peculiar.
time. Tell me, Zelna, what did you find out?
Oh
Dr.
fuck, what did I find out?
Gebhardt killed Baroness
Oh, okay, yeah, that.
Impossible. Do you have proof?
Besides the fact that he wanted to kill me,
But wasn't the doctor with you when the shot was fired?
the gunshot was just a distraction. It wasn't the shot that killed the Baroness.
Mm-hmm.
The shot that we heard was a recording. The Baroness had a tape recorder and good speakers in her cabin. Good enough to make the noise audible on the upper deck.
Is that just your suspicion, or do you have proof?
The Dow Fellers.
There's
Oh, well.
an audio tape in the medical center.
Okay.
The reel belongs to the
I
tape
just want to point out that I did call this
Baroness
an earlier episode.
And there's a sibling reel in her cabin that belongs to the recorder in the medical center.
Arr.
2 minutes, there's a loud
He was really
bang on the
aroused by that.
tape.
Damn!
That's
Damn,
our
Zellner.
shot.
Where did Gebhardt get it from?
He recorded it in the cargo hold. His tape recorder has a microphone, and I removed a bullet from one of the boxes down there.
And it came from the murder weapon?
Yes.
Yes, it did.
Compared it to the other bullet in the
After it took me
inspector's
12
cabin.
minutes to open that fucking lock.
All right.
That's the gimpiest walk ever.
Inspector Legrand.
Let's pretend you're onto something. The shot we heard was just a recording. What happened next?
We all ran to the Baroness's cabin. She lay comatose in a pool of blood. Dr. Gebhardt pushed past you so that you couldn't get too close to the Baroness. He examined her and pronounced her dead. There was no reason for us to doubt him. The shot
Oh, that's why there's fake blood, because he killed her later.
lifelessly.
I totally was
She
not
was
part of
only
that.
unconscious, knocked out by the chloral hydrate that the doctor had poured into her glass shortly before.
The doctor had a glass in his hand when you came in.
He wanted to remove the evidence, but you gave me the glass instead, Captain DeCanti, and unintentionally knocked me out.
I
as
knew it
well.
was the doctor, man. I fucking called it.
There was blood everywhere. And the Baroness is certainly dead enough, isn't she?
Then who did shoot her? And when?
Must be the medical facility. No, it can't have been, though. I don't think she was poisoned, though.
As I already said, it was Dr. Gebhardt. He shot the sleeping Baroness in her cabin, barely 10 meters away from us.
What are you saying?
The doctor was alone in the cabin for a while. When the alarm went off, it was death. I couldn't even hear myself.
And I found a
And
pillow
yeah, the
with
pillow,
burn
yeah.
marks could have been used to muffle a gunshot.
And the
blood?
The blood wasn't real. Dr. Gebhardt mixed up a liquid that looked like fresh blood to the casual observer, but the liquid remained red instead of becoming darker and browner from exposure to the air. That meant he had to clean the body and get rid of the bedding.
But the blood was already there when we first entered the cabin.
Dr. Gebhardt was in the Baroness's cabin before the murder. He hid a surgical glove full of the red liquid under her sheet. The Baroness, dead tired, fell onto her bed. The glove burst, and the blood spread across the bed. I found the burst glove in the medical center.
But why did he do it? What was his motive?
Inspector?
I think I can only speculate because I don't know.
I can only speculate. The Baroness spent the day rummaging through her old family photos, and in her diary she wrote about deceased family members. I suspect it had something to do with their fates during the war. The Baroness wrote a warning on her notepad. There is a murderer on board.
So she was a racist as well then.
Proof, but
It's all about the war, and of course the German is who she suspects.
responsible for the deaths of her
Okay.
relatives and wanted to confront him in front of all of us. The doctor couldn't allow that to happen, and so he silenced her.
No, no, no.
Do you have anything to contribute?
Shit.
Constable?
Confession, sir.
Confession, sir.
Dr. Gebhardt was the Raven. It's all here. He admits to everything.
What does it
What?
say?
It says, do you still remember, my dear Nico? The streets were wet with rain, and the scent of roasted barley and fermenting yeast wafted over to us from the brewery. The dog barked until your shot struck down the innocent one. After that silence, not a single sound, except for my soft steps fading on the wet cobblestone street. They made a hero of you, and I, at last, found peace. At least until the urge returned. Some of us are not made for retirement, my friend. I thought they would assign this case to you, and that thought pleased me. We'd finally find out who was truly the better man. And it pains me now to have to admit that you and your little gumshoe got the better of me. You drove me into a corner, forced me to make mistakes. I congratulate you on your triumph, but no one will confine the Raven to a cage. There is
Well,
one
he's
way
still in the
out,
boat, so...
and that is by my own hand.
Oh, okay, so he's
Farewell,
gonna shoot
Raven
himself.
Hunter. R.
Inspector Legrand.
Okay. Ooh, new picture unlocked. Yay. 10G, brilliant man. Sweet. Okay, but I can't be the doctor because I could still be the doctor. I don't know. I was confused because it looked like a guy with curly hair saved me, and I'm pretty sure that's the stowaway that saved me. So why would he jump?
I told them all.
I don't know.
Over and over again.
My head's sore, boys.
Listen.
Head sore.
You
Dr.
think
Gebhardt.
that Dr. Gebhardt was really the Raven?
The things Gebhardt describes in his letter aren't part of any police report. Only someone who was there would know that.
Couldn't there have been others involved? One of the police, for instance. What if one of them changed sides?
Why is it so hard for you to accept the simple truth? There was never a new
'Cause this is
Raven. There was only
it's a
ever
game.
one.
That's why.
And that was Dr. Gebhardt.
Can't be Gebhardt. We've got pretty much the entirety of this chapter to play and the third chapter.
A killer.
Legends are rarely what they seem to be, Constable Zellner.
They're still seeing Constable weirdly.
Then who was the man who was killed back then?
William Jackson, a petty thief, committed some burglaries together with his brother. Talented, but not world-class.
And they thought he was the Raven.
Some people thought it was part of his disguise. If you're a debonair master thief, what better disguise than pretending to be a common crook? From time to time you let them catch you pulling small jobs, and no one ever imagines you're capable of a major heist.
But you didn't believe it.
I had my doubts, but everyone congratulated me and those doubts were pushed aside. It was like being caught in a storm, but eventually the storm passed and my doubts were still there.
But not this time? No doubts telling you that Gebhardt isn't our man?
It must be him.
What about the handwriting, the wording? Does the farewell letter match the Raven's other letters?
Yes, it's his handwriting, his words. I've read all the Raven's letters, all of them, over and over again.
I never thought it was possible. A resurrected Raven.
I really hope it's actually the stowaway.
The
That'd be
Raven
ace.
was never dead. I shot the wrong man.
But that man had the stolen goods, didn't he? So he must have been in league with the Raven. One could hardly call him innocent. Where do we go from here?
Where do we
Deliver the eye and then I'll contact Perry.
Oh. There's Jaws. Yep. Yeah. Oh.
And
Well,
if there are
yes.
any inconsistencies-
You're welcome to keep an
Oh,
eye on
it's gonna
the
get-
thief if you can't let it go.
Wow.
It will remain in Cairo
Oh,
for a while.
okay.
That's
He's
all
fine
the
now.
time you'll have to catch your own Raven. I already have mine.
That jaw movement is the only reason some of my buddies watch this LP. I think it's episode 7 or part 7, and that's what happens. That's the part that Gerhardt's jaw flips around, Mario's jaw flips around, and the Baroness collapses and her jaw keeps going. I hope you can't hear my phone going off in the background. I forgot to silence it, but it's quite far away. Can't really reach it.
You're one of Legrand's men, aren't you?
My name is Anton Jakob Zellner.
You've come just in time. Grace, my dachshund, is missing.
Oh no!
There may be more important matters for
You're
me
fucking
to attend
joking
to,
me.
Mr.
Director Abbas Mokhtar. And Grace isn't just a common dog. She's a purebred German dachshund, a champion.
Okay.
So, the exhibition will still open tonight.
But of course, everything has been arranged. The final preparations are almost complete.
But one of the two exhibits won't be there.
A terrible loss, a tragedy. That irreplaceable Egyptian cultural treasure has been stolen for the second time.
The second time?
What? Did you really believe that the eye of the Sphinx was found lying on the banks of the Thames?
Inspector Legrand, Professor Lucien, and Constable Oliver are overseeing the transportation of the safe. They should be here at any moment. I'll have a look around in the meantime.
Do you think that's necessary? The Raven is dead after all.
If you mean Dr. Gebhardt, his body was never recovered. Nor the stolen eye of the Sphinx, for that matter.
It does us a great honor that the Inspector is concerned about us. But we have everything under control.
Legrand isn't as concerned as he should be. But I am. Is the museum closed?
Yes. Only carefully selected guests may enter the museum during preparations for the gala.
Am I one of those?
And of course, you're one of them,
Yes!
Mr. Constable.
See, that's how you pronounce it. Constable. It's got an O in it. It's not you.
Museum security.
Don't know why it annoys me so much, but it really does.
On the market. And the second eye will still be exhibited in our special treasure chamber, which is extra secure.
Yeah,
Treasure
okay.
chamber?
See for yourself, to the right of the entrance. The eye is as safe as the British crown jewels.
I think I'll have a
Bye.
look around the museum.
Please do. There's a lot to see. And you let me know if you see Grace, won't you? I hope we find her before the great inspector arrives. Isn't it fantastic?
Okay.
We solved the murder on the ship.
Legrand?
Of
Wait a
course,
minute.
It's in all the newspapers.
Say
The murder of
what?
the wealthy Baroness von Trebitz, and how the great Inspector Legrand identified the murderer in just one day. It's the stuff legends are made of. You should count yourself lucky to have the chance to learn from him.
What
What else did they say?
exactly do the newspapers say?
Everything. It's fantastic. Someone on board must have informed the press immediately. Of course, it's a great advertising for us. The reporters will queue up tonight.
And it was reported that Legrand found the murderer.
Of course. Who else?
Well, I wasn't exactly uninvolved.
Of course. Legrand surely has assistants.
Suddenly sounds so hurt.
He who
Oh,
deserves
I was
it,
there. I helped.
right?
Jeez.
Well then,
Be seeing you, Constable. Grace. You
Grace, Grace. Oh,
Where are you?
oh, Mr. Inch.
why is he here?
Mr. Inch. There you are. I am so sorry. Baroness von Trepp.
Look how awkward he looks. He's physically in pain.
As you say, sir.
And you? Are you leaving so soon?
I'd like to go back to my hotel. These last days have been such a strain.
First, you sneak into the museum without greeting me, and then you want to leave just as quickly?
I didn't want to disturb you, and we'll have time enough tonight.
Yes, you simply must come tonight. I wanted to present Baroness von Trebitz with a medal. Now you'll have to accept it.
Of course. If you insist, sir.
The Baroness paid for all this. Without her, there wouldn't have been an exhibition or a gala.
She was very generous.
Yes, she was.
If you'll excuse me now. Constable Zellner, I want to
And there he goes again,
thank
using an
you
O
for
instead of
all
a,
you've
using a
done.
U instead of an O.
Saved
Constable.
me, you could say.
My pleasure. See you tonight.
Yup. Are you gonna get some control here? That'd be great. Oh no, one screen. So that's kind of cool. I like how they've done that. The little escape scene from the Doctor was cool, and then I managed to reconstruct the events that happened, which was difficult enough for me. Like 2 weeks later, I think it's been 2 weeks since the last recorded, and it would have been even more difficult if I still got my shitty little wallet.
Pay for the cruise, which is lucky. I certainly
Wow.
would have had a tough time.
Seemingly his head's now echoing, so that's cool. Is that the only place I can go? Is there? Can I speak to this person? There we go. Oh, it's Miss Miller. Hello.
Miss Miller, I'm glad to see you here.
Oh, Constable Zellner. I heard what happened to you on board. Awful.
What the fuck?
Truly awful.
All's well that ends well.
Someone random started playing
You
a
are
shitty
waiting for
guitar.
Professor Lucien?
Mm-hmm. Wink, wink, nudge,
We'll
nudge.
be sailing down the Nile, if I heard correctly.
That's right. I'm sure it will be an amazing experience.
But you don't seem to be very excited.
Oh, but I am.
I'm just gonna lay my hand on top of my tit here.
And especially, you'll learn a lot.
But
Well, Professor Lucien offered to join us.
And he's a bit of a
naturally
cunt.
learn even more. And I'm sure it won't be unpleasant for you either.
No, I just don't know how Maddie would react if Edgar came with us.
I understand. I could test the water to see how he'd feel about it.
Would you do that? Oh, thank
What?
you, Constable Zellner.
Someone random keeps walking around with a ukulele, just going ding, 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 ding.
Professor Lucien
What the
left
fuck?
the forecastle so suddenly last night.
No, not really. We only had a brief conversation. He was still very nervous.
He was like that on the train as well. Seems to be typical of him.
It must be something to do with the burglary at the museum. It really affected him.
That fucking
But he
guitar
told me not
player.
to worry about anything. He said, soon this would all be over.
Really? How did he mean that?
Oh, I didn't ask him, Constable.
Are there other passengers from the ship here?
Oh, yes, we arrived as a group. David Kreutzer, the violinist, was with us. So were Miss Myers and Mr. Inch. He seems to have gotten over the death of the Baroness pretty quickly. He seems positively relaxed.
It seemed pretty awkward going at the door, but
He
whatever.
looks on the bright side of life, so to speak. Where is Mr. Kreutzer?
He's over in the treasure chamber. Maddie is downstairs in the main hall. I'm afraid I'll hear the sound of something priceless shattering any second.
Matt will be careful, Miss Miller.
So if you're worried about something priceless getting destroyed, why aren't you fucking with him?
Oh, yes, there's so much to see.
Okay, whatever. And let's go. Let's go this way. Can I choose to go this? No. And the return of the shitty controls. Come back. Are you joking? Ah, fuck's sake, right. It's alright, folks. You're gonna find the sweet spot. Oh god. The music's cool though. There we go. Oh, there's that bastard. How you doing, superstar? What the fuck? Oh, it's him! So I now hate him even more. Okay, well, what is going on with the controls? Oh, fuck off. What are you doing? Okay, I'm pressing A, and it's just taking me back to this place over and over again. Okay, well that's clearly fucked up. So I'm gonna have to probably go off. I've been pressing A for hours now. So I hope you've enjoyed the first part of Chapter 2, which is called Ancestry something. I don't remember. Ancestry of Lies. There we go. I have it written down next to me. I just can't read. So I hope you enjoyed that part, and hope you enjoyed the return of Constable Zellner. See you later, folks.